Hello, the following interview with Simon Dubbins, co-chair of the Freedom for Öcalan campaign, was conducted at the Tolpuddle Martyrs Festival 2019. Hello Simon, how would you describe the level of understanding in the trade union movement of our campaign and the significance of Abdullah Öcalan?
I think first and foremost there is a understanding now that the isolation and imprisonment is absolutely outrageous and needs to be addressed. There is a basic humanitarian issue there. But I think there's also a much bigger understanding now that actually Öcalan's ideas are being imprisoned and the movement is. As I say, I think there's a long way to go, but I do certainly think people are beginning to understand how important the region is, and that Öcalan's ideas of inclusiveness, tolerance, women's rights, no discrimination, grassroots democracy are absolutely the values that our movement has always stood for, always embraced. So, long way to go still, but we're absolutely getting there, and Öcalan's ideas are certainly becoming more widely known.
What stage is the campaign at?
I think the stage we're at is one of growth, without a doubt more support, I think broader understanding and much more embedded in the wider labour movement. You can see here, Freedom for Öcalan campaign is now rightly taking its place alongside some of the other great solidarity work we do, such as with Cuba and the Palestinians as well. We had Durham Miners Gala last year, as you know, was the official international support for our campaign, was the official theme of their gala. This year we're here, we also participated in Durham this year with a good turnout again. And here we are at Tolpuddle, the other major event in the labour movement's calendar, the festival. And we have one of the main speakers at the festival, and we have a very strong presence here. So I think awareness and understanding and support is growing. We've got a long way to go still, but there's no doubt we're making good progress and things are improving and getting stronger.
What are the next steps for the campaign?
The thing at the moment is we succeeded in getting virtually all of the major unions and the Confederation to support the position, support the campaign. What we've got to do is take that down towards more regional level, the workplaces and so on. But, you know, it's not easy to build solidarity movements. Many of the campaigns that we have here are quite old and long established. The Palestinian Solidarity Campaign has existed for decades, as has the Cuba Solidarity Campaign. This Freedom for Öcalan campaign was only established 2.5 years ago. Already we have all of the unions signed up. They're there and they're present. As I say, what we've got to do is now use that support, use that legitimacy to really try and ramp the pressure up. We've certainly got plans to do more active lobbying on the political structures in the UK to make them adopt a better position. We're trying to broaden that out internationally with our sister unions and sister federations, and we're looking at every opportunity we can for labour movement festivals, conferences and so on to be present and carry on building.
What's been the response from the Turkish authorities to the Freedom for Öcalan campaign?
Well, look, the Turkish authorities have really tried to stop and hamper every twist and turn, and I don't think that's a surprise. We had the Turkish ambassador himself write to all of our general secretaries saying that they should not support the event in City Hall. It was wrong. You know, under no circumstances should they support it. I was really pleased that every General Secretary of the unions affiliated to our campaign signed, not only replied to the ambassador, they signed it themselves and said, we will absolutely be present at that event, we will not be deterred, and we find what is going on completely outrageous. However, they did say they would like to meet with the Turkish ambassador and explain their point of view and demand Öcalan's release. That has not happened yet. I think we can see in Turkey Erdogan is more and more vulnerable, particularly after the Istanbul election results, the way in which the whole political situation is changing. He's losing support, he's more nervous and he's more frightened. And I expect we will see the Turkish authorities lashing out, as they often do in those situations. The real crucial thing is having allowed the lawyers to actually speak to Öcalan again, and having seen how important his comments and contributions have been once again, they need to understand there will never be peace and there will never be a proper solution unless people are around the table negotiating on the basis of creating a society which is democratic and inclusive and respectful of all people's rights in that area.
What's the significance of Öcalan's lawyers being allowed to visit him at Imrali prison?
The information that I receive and have is that it's very much to do, the lawyers' visits were allowed very much to do with the situation in Syria. I think that in itself is a demonstration once again of how critical Öcalan is to what's happening there. He simply has to be involved in that process if it's going to really lead to more stability and peace in the region. I hope and I wish and I think all governments in the EU should encourage Erdogan to release Öcalan, to release Öcalan, and to allow him to play his part in a peace process there. Whether he'll do that or not, I think is very, very difficult to say. He's very unpredictable. He tends to react in quite spontaneous ways, and I don't know, it's very difficult to say. I just think we have to carry on building the pressure and carry on making that demand in the hope that at some point he will see that is the direction we need to move in.
How engaged are UK policymakers?
Look, as you're probably well aware, along with many others, the UK has been absolutely inward-looking and obsessed at the moment with the whole Brexit situation. So it's been difficult to get the government to focus on other issues. We were absolutely appalled a couple of years ago when Theresa May, the first person to visit Trump, straight away went to Turkey and met with Erdogan and looked at trying to do arms deals with him. We thought it was appalling. We've communicated that. We've made that absolutely clear. I don't think the British government is doing anywhere near enough to pressurise Turkey to get back to the table, to address the situation. And I think the international community has got to do a hell of a lot more. That said, I do think the very latest developments and the tensions within that relationship now, since Turkey's brought the Russian missile system, you can see that the whole relationship with the US is now very tense and much more complicated. And I do hope that the international community uses that situation now to pressurise Erdogan to make far more fundamental and far-reaching changes.
Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe if you want more information about our campaign, or of course you can follow us on Twitter @Ocalan3, or if you direct your browser to our website, which is freedomforocalan.org, you can sign up to our newsletter for regular updates. Of course, importantly, if you are a trade unionist, please do encourage your branch, region, or indeed national trade union to affiliate to the campaign, which you can also find at our website freedomforocalan.org. Thank you.
If we as a trade union movement want to have something, want to have people we work with, the only hope we've got is the Kurdish political movement. These are the ones that have been on the front line in Syria pushing back the evil of ISIS. They're the ones that are trying to bring proper progress. They're the ones that share our values.